January 2021. Free access to commodities, goods and services across the continent started, a new impulse for the movement of capital and people, facilitating investments, enhancing competitiveness, boosting intra-African trade, and creating the world's largest free trade market. Almost a year after trade started under the African Continental Free Trade Area, how do we evaluate the agreement's impact? The World Bank forecasts a $560 billion increase in exports and $450 billion in income gains by 2035. The African Union Commission projects that eliminating tariff and non-tariff trade barriers on the continent will boost GDP by 0.65%. How has the agreement helped stimulate post-pandemic recovery across the continent? What are some of the quick wins achieved and what challenges might still lie ahead? Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions. Africa is open to business.
The COVID-19 pandemic shut down global supply chains that Africans relied on for medicines and other goods. These included personal protective equipment, as well as medicines, foodstuffs, and agricultural inputs. All of these were critical for economic livelihoods and well-being. A number of countries, including Ethiopia, Senegal, and South Africa, redirected domestic factories to make urgently needed items that could no longer be imported. Textile producers began to produce face masks. Producers of alcoholic beverages turned to making hand sanitizer. As we look toward recovery, what are the prospects for economic growth in Africa? What does the continent need to accelerate transformative investments to ensure Africa will rebuild in a more sustainable, equitable, and inclusive way? And how do we protect ourselves better against future shocks? Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions. Let's build back better, bolder, and stronger. Women are the backbone of the African economy. The continent has the highest percentage of women entrepreneurs in the world. Women pay back their loans 99% of the time, and yet they have much lower access to credit. Women on corporate boards lead to better decision-making and less aggressive risk-taking. 1 in 4 board members is a woman, and yet there is still a long way to go for a total parity and for women to occupy leadership roles that are more likely to lead to the position of Chief Executive Officer. Women heads of tech firms achieve higher returns on investment than their male counterparts. And yet, there is much more to be done to boost women's participation in economic activity on equal footing. How can we bridge the $42 billion funding gap that hinders Africa's female entrepreneurs? What are governments doing to address this shortfall? And why isn't most venture capital made available to women? Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions. Africa must champion women.
Malaria, Ebola, sickle cell anemia, HIV, and most recently COVID-19 are diseases that disproportionately impact the health, well-being, and productivity of Africans. And yet, sub-Saharan Africa has the fewest resources allocated to health of any global region. It is time for governments to mobilize public funds to close this gap. It's time to commit massive investment to primary healthcare toward achieving the SDG's health targets. It is time for financing mechanisms to include health insurance, user fee waivers, and results-based financing. What portfolio of financing products can close the funding gap quickest to get to universal health coverage for Africa's population? What are the projected returns on healthcare investments, and how can the rise of digital health services help? What role does Africa's domestic pharmaceutical industry have to play? Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions. Let Africa be healthy.
Investing is essential. Investing is productive, but investing without principles is risky. We need to invest in growth that is socially inclusive, environmentally sustainable, but also economically empowering. We need to invest in Africa's critical sectors and to integrate environmental, social, and governance, or ESG principles in all our actions. Championing climate-resilient and low-carbon development in Africa, improving socio-economic conditions on the continent, enshrining good governance, and embedding ESG principles in all our investments, now and not tomorrow. Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions. Let the investing begin.
When lost, explore. When blocked, innovate. When all is closed, build. In a time of recession, accelerate. When markets underperform, transform. Now is the time to invest. To go out and find opportunities. It's time to come together to curate new deals, track investments, and close deals. With vast natural resources and a skilled labor force ready for challenges, it's Africa's time in the post-COVID-19 world to build back boldly.
Now let the transactions begin.
Welcome to the 2021 Africa Investment Forum Virtual Boardroom Sessions. Africa's investments in health, transport, agriculture, energy, among many others, are on the table. Let's build back boldly, greener, and faster. The Africa Investment Forum welcomes you to Africa's leading investment platform, a forum like no other. The 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions will connect investment opportunities with mega deals to transform Africa's economies. It's been done before. We are on track to do it again.
In 2018, the inaugural African Investment Forum mobilized investment interests in boardroom deals worth more than $38 billion. The 2019 edition went a notch higher, mobilizing investment interests worth over $40 billion.
In the last 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted global and regional economies and interrupted international trade.
As a resilient Africa bounces back, accelerating investments in key infrastructure is critical.
Africa is ready and open for business. Opportunity is here. Opportunity is now. With the African Continental Free Trade Area in force, our continent combined business and consumer spending of $3.3 trillion is expected to double to $6.7 trillion by 2030.
Together, let's accelerate transformational investments
To unleash Africa's economic potential. Let's connect, engage, close deals, and track investments. The 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions will explore deals in
agriculture and agro-processing, energy and climate finance, healthcare and vaccine production, ICT and telecommunications, and industrialization and trade.
In the next 72 hours, we will engage in curated boardroom sessions to transact deals and achieve financial closure.
And we'll highlight Africa's massive investment opportunities and so much more.
The 2021 Africa Investment Forum's virtual boardroom sessions are open. Now, let the deal-making begin. Africa is open for business.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's bright, warm, and sunny across Africa. It's time to power investment and accelerate the development of the continent, the youngest in the world. I'm Solomon Mugera, and welcome to the 2021 African Investment Forum Boardroom Sessions. And yes, you heard me right. It's 2021 because just days before the African Investment Forum's Market Days event in December last year, the world was gripped with fear as a new variant of COVID-19 virus, Omicron, emerged. Things are getting back to normal, and your participation in these virtual boardroom sessions is a loud and clear message. Africa is bigger than any challenge. Africa is open for business. And yes, if you know Africa, you seize the opportunity. For the next 3 days, the African Investment Forum boardrooms will be teeming with mega transactions. And I know you want to hear more, and I won't keep you waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to introduce Dr. Kiumi Adeshina, President of the Africa Development Bank Group and the Chairman of the Africa Investment Forum. Mr. President, over to you.
Thank you very much, Solomon. Good day to you from wherever in the world you're connected from. It gives me great delight to welcome you on behalf of the African Development Bank and all the partners of the Africa Investment Forum to the Africa Investment Forum's 2021 boardrooms. I am joined by leaders of our partner institutions. Patrick Dlamini, Chief Executive Officer of the Development Bank of South Africa. Professor Benedict Orama, President of the Africa Export-Import Bank. Admasu Tadese, the President of the Trade and Development Bank. Alane Bobise, Chief Executive Officer of Africa 50. Samaila Subayu, the Chief Executive Officer of Africa Finance Corporation. Mr. Mohamed Al-Jazair, the Chairman and President of the Islamic Development Bank Group. And Mr. Wainer Hoyer, President of European Investment Bank. I wish to thank you all, my dear colleagues and your staff, for your excellent partnership and strategic financial support for our joint effort, the Africa Investment Forum. It is great to be back doing deals for investments in Africa, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic prevented us from having the Africa Investment Forum for 2 years. The 2021 Market Days for the Africa Investment Forum were to have been held in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire in December of last year. All was set. Then Omicron hit. We had to postpone the event for the health safety of everyone. Overall, the COVID-19 pandemic did more than affect the forum. it affected investments into Africa. According to UNCTAD's Investment Trends Monitor, foreign direct investment inflows to Africa declined by 28% in the first quarter of 2020. By the end of the third quarter of the same year, greenfield projects declined by 66%, while cross-border mergers and acquisition declined by 44%. The number of announced project finance declined by 49%, with significant declines, especially for infrastructure, which declined by 47%, and fossil fuel energy projects, which declined by 41%. Yet, Africa is resilient. African economies are recovering well from the effects of the pandemic. The investment opportunities in Africa have not changed, and Africa remains the place to invest for investors looking to reap high returns and high social impacts. That is why I am delighted you have joined us today for the Africa Investment Forum's Investment Boardrooms. We have an impressive 500 participants. We have 300 investors from around the world represented for these investment boardrooms. I am absolutely delighted. Your participation shows that you see opportunities in Africa. You see a continent with booming entrepreneurship, a continent with high returns on investment. So welcome to Africa, a continent of immense potential, a continent with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area market size of $3.3 trillion. Welcome to Africa, a continent with investment opportunities that cannot be ignored. From opportunities for investors in infrastructure, to energy, power, transport, mining, agriculture, healthcare infrastructure, digital infrastructure, fintech, creative industries, and sports, Africa offers it all. It offers it all in one place, on one platform, the Africa Investment Forum. The Africa Investment Forum is a unique transaction platform where deals get done. It is Africa's premier investment marketplace, where the African Development Bank and its partners advance projects to bankable stages, raise capital, and accelerate the closure of deals. In 2018 and 2019, the Africa Investment Forum attracted about $80 billion in investment interest to Africa. These investments are already changing the face of Africa in many ways. The $600 million deal for the Ghana Cocoa Board signed during the 2019 edition is already helping Ghana to be on track to expand its cocoa production by 1 million tons. The $25 billion liquefied natural gas project deal in Mozambique, closed during the Africa Investment Forum in 2018, has taken off and will turn Mozambique into the third largest producer of natural gas in the world. Despite challenges of insecurity that threaten this particular project, normalcy has returned. The future is brighter today for Mozambique, thanks to the support provided by other African countries, in particular by Rwanda, South Africa, and other countries in the Southern Africa region. That, my dear friends and colleagues, that is the spirit of Africa, the spirit of Ubuntu, which in Zulu means, I am because you are. The Africa Investment Forum is here to make your investments happen in Africa. We are because you are. In the spirit of Ubuntu, the Africa Investment Forum is a connector, connecting project sponsors, investors, financiers from public to private sectors. It helps to mitigate investor risks by deploying a suite of risk guarantees, including partial risk guarantees, as well as partial credit guarantees to reduce risks to investments. It works with governments to put in place policies, legal and regulatory frameworks for investments to thrive. Today, as we gather, we have curated for you 42 project deals with a combined value of $58 billion. There are several investment opportunities. They include a $247 million special agro-industrial processing zones in northern Côte d'Ivoire. They include a $3.3 billion East Africa Railways corridor that will connect Tanzania to Burundi and the Democratic Republic of Congo. It has another component that will link Rwanda itself to Tanzania. They include a $15.6 billion transport corridor highway that will link Lagos to Cotonou, Lomé, Accra, and of course, Abidjan, where I'm speaking to you from this morning. They include healthcare projects to develop a state-of-the-art Accra Medical City. They include a digital health transaction and a fund to support universal healthcare coverage for low-income patients. They include the $545 million VZ lithium mine project in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which will be critical for the global electric car industry. We have several projects on renewable energy projects as well as in oil and gas. Oh, I love movies, and I love Nigerian movies in particular. We have a $140 million film academy in Nigeria. I am particularly excited that we have deals as well of women-led businesses worth $5 billion. Why am I excited? Well, when women win, Africa wins. There are many more. The expectations are high. The deals are ready. The Africa Investment Forum is all about deals. We have government leaders in the investment boardrooms. We have ministers. We have CEOs of major corporations. We have heads of financial institutions. We have project sponsors. We have investors. Most importantly, we have you. So let the deals begin. Welcome once again, and thank you very much.
Wow, Mr. President, I am because you are. Those are your words, summoning that Ubuntu spirit. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for that very powerful and uplifting speech. And those going into boardrooms will surely walk in there with a spring in their step. And if you're chairing a session, you're sponsoring a project, I know right now you're fine-tuning it, or you're a boardroom participant, you're an investor, it is time now to prepare to enter your boardroom. You've got up to 15 minutes to activate the session link sent to you from AIF Investor Blast. Please, let me just repeat that again. AIF Investor Blast, they've sent you a specific link to enable you to enter the right boardroom on schedule at 10:30 GMT. That is just about 14 minutes time from now. And that's the time when transactions will commence. And for those not participating in any boardroom session, let's meet on Twitter handle at Africa Investment Forum or hashtag AIF 2022. And you can also visit our website, africainvestmentforum.com. But more important is the big day. Don't miss the results of the boardroom transactions on Thursday, this Thursday, the 17th of March. And that unveiling of the boardroom results starts at 1800 GMT. Thank you and see you later.